Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's the author, Andrew Snorton, and you are joining me for the Fast 15, as we typically do on Wednesdays, now generally at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with a couple of exceptions here and there. We take about 15 minutes where everyone gets a chance to kind of pause, reboot, enjoy an encouraging note from any of the books or audiobooks that I've done. But as you're aware, the first Wednesday of each month, I pull a book from another author off of my library. You can kind of see the bookshelf there. That's one of them. I've got a couple more that you can't see, but and like I said, enjoy an encouraging note. Close out with a few announcements of where you can meet, greet, connect, and all that type of thing. So I thank you guys for joining me. The easiest way to stay connected with me, honestly, is adding me on Instagram at AuthorASnorton. And when you click on the link in the bio, it's my link tree. So if you do linktr.ee/AuthorASnorton. When you go on my link tree, it gives you everything. So the current newsletter, the most recent interviews, all my social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Well, I still call it Twitter, even though they've I don't know what they're doing. Instagram, my YouTube channel, my archival channel with the Status Network, live TV with the Conversation Corner, all the info on the coffee collab, the Author Andrew Snorton blend with Fonte's Coffee and more. So again, I appreciate you guys for taking time out, to join me, to kind of pause, reboot, refresh, because all of us, self included, we do need to be still for a few moments. And it's okay to be still for a couple moments. You need to. You can't always go 50, 1100, 1,000 gajillion miles a minute. I know I can't. So I'm just thankful and grateful for being able to do what I do. So pause, bear with me as I enjoy this sip with Snorton. Awesome. Drinking some green tea today. I usually have the medium roast for the Author Andrew Snorton blend, but I'm enjoying some green tea. So shouts to Corte 1K. Thank you for joining us. So make sure to connect with Corte 1K. So before we get to our reading selection of the day, as I always do, I want to take a moment to acknowledge people who are doing well and who might not be doing that great. We know life can be full of surprises. It can change in an instant, in a split second. Actually, I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But to anyone that's going through a challenging time, physically you're going through some things, mentally or emotionally you're going through some things, spiritually going through some things, I know who you are, cuz. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Have a good start to the school year if you guys haven't started already. I was about to say, some people really are going through some tough challenges, and sometimes you put yourself in a real deep hole or chasm. So if anyone's out there going through, a serious life challenge that's taking you a little bit longer, has you frustrated and flustered, you have every right to feel some kind of way, but don't let that feeling spill over into something that could do harm to yourself, harm to other people. So if you are going through a challenging time, please take time to pause, get your system calmed down. If you need to get professional help, get the professional help that you have access to. If it's informal help, get at the informal help that you have access to. And please don't think that nobody cares. I think you hear a lot of people don't care, the world don't care, but there are people that genuinely care. Identify those people, lean on them as you need to, and get yourself together, because people do need you. So don't think that people don't need you, even when you're going through, life challenges or tough times. And if you're thinking that way, pause, please, before you do something, severe. For people who are doing extremely well, we know here in Metro Atlanta, some schools went back today. I think most everybody goes back on Monday, so to everyone back in school, to all students, faculty, staff, administrators, parents, and the greater community, hope the year gets off to a good start. Let's keep it going as fully as possible. Learn what you need to learn academically. Learn what you need to in regards to social interaction and engagement. Do what you can to speak life and encourage versus discourage. Okay, you go back on the 9th. Yeah, you're fortunate because kids here in my neighborhood started today. So definitely, let's do what needs to be done on that end. But hopefully, for folks that are going through some positives, you're in a good space, you're growing, you're advancing, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. We want to encourage you to build on those positives. So again, we always take time to acknowledge, folks that might not be doing so great, as well as folks that are coming along all right. So in that spirit, today, the first Wednesday chat, I always pick another author selection. It's an author that helped influence me with some of their thoughts, their ideas, things along those lines. And I'm going to go back into the archives to one of the people who really was influential in my author journey. So this is Tyra Satai, and I think this is her first book. It is Follow the Fire, for ordinary people chasing extraordinary dreams. And we always see people who are big time and famous, and we don't see the behind the scenes or the fact that they finally figured out what their passion and purpose is, and they started to pursue it. And I'll say this, as long as your passion and purpose is going to put you in a positive and productive space, you need to pursue it. I mean, it's that simple. So I'm thankful for for all, fellow authors, historically, present day, that have influenced me. I'm going to try to find, I gotta find this part in the book where, let me find it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. Yes, I found this. So good. Chapter 11, not bankruptcy, but chapter 11 is where I'm going to pull from, Chief Fire Officer. And there's, of the many quotes in this chapter, there's one that really hits home. So I'm going to pull a couple of sections on here. So here's where it goes. To that intellectual man, you have more power than you realize. You have had an inside view of the system and can create organizations to help educate and prepare other men, young and old alike. Don't ever think that just because you didn't come from the hood that you are not still connected to the people that are in the hood. And that's big, because some people are like, oh, you don't know unless you're from there. Well, there's some things that you don't always see, but it doesn't mean you don't draw connections on larger themes and topics. So especially when it says educate and prepare other men. So fellas, as best as possible, whether individually or through our respective organizations, whether it's our fraternities. As many of you know, I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, and shouts to the D9 and shouts to the fellow fratters of Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, and Iota Phi Theta. We have a charge to keep, to try to do what we can to help the younger versions of us through our alumni clubs, through our faith auxiliaries, things along those lines. Bottom line is we have a charge to keep, and not only through the lens of our respective organizations, but larger stewardship. So I definitely like that portion. And here's something in regards to the power of prayer. And to me, prayer allows you that time to just kind of pause and get yourself together, and then kind of order your steps. So let's see what I want to do. Here's something. Okay, so I'm going to read this one about prayer, and here's a section on here. Remember that He, meaning God, created you first. There was a reason for that. So if you have found that you haven't been manning up like you know you can, begin to pray and watch God strengthen you from the inside out. Now, there's more to it than that. I'm not going to give away all the trade secrets, but yeah, I'll be honest. When I wake up in the morning, I start off with a prayer, and it might not be the longest, but I'll at least start off with a prayer. And then when I really get moving, I'll go ahead and do another one. And I know I'll pause during the day. And prayer, to me, just a good parallel, just like voting is the access point in regards to the larger political system and political engagement. Prayer is that access point for you to have that spiritual walk and talk, but to reset, slow things down, and get things organized. So then when you move, you're moving differently and moving more effectively. Now, it doesn't mean there's not going to be any headaches or disappointment, but I found that by doing that, it helps me to be in a better space and place. So those are some quotes from the book Follow the Fire, from my good friend Tyressa Ties, who is doing some amazing work as a fellow author, arts and entertainment, and other things. So make sure to check her out, as I got to give her a shout and what have you. So, couple of announcements and moving parts that are going on. Saturday, August 5th, 3 p.m., Conyers, Georgia. Join me at Smoke Break in Conyers. Amazing lounge to meet, greet. It'll be books, coffee, and cigars. So go ahead. I'll have all 4 books available. Coffee, it'll definitely be the medium and the light roast of the AuthorASnorton blend. And for those of you that are cigar folks, you can go ahead and enjoy an afternoon cigar. So make sure to mark August 5th. August 10th, 5:30 p.m., Winder Public Library. Join me for their author series. Shouts to Deidre Walker for putting that together and putting in a lot of work behind the scenes. It'll be an author's talk, book signing, and a couple other items. August 16th, if you did not catch our special live that we did last night with I Am Rooted and the owner, Erica, who's doing some great work. August 16th, 6:30 to 9 p.m., Sip, Paint, and Flow. It's our quarterly painting series, networking series. It is a ticketed event, but with your ticket, it includes your beverages, your light food, all your painting equipment and what have you. We have a 90s to early 2000s hip-hop theme. So if you have attire from that era, definitely throw it on. But if not, come on out, get your ticket. So I Am Rooted _ on Instagram. Make sure to check them out. And I'll update the link tree so we have the ticket link so you can go ahead and make your purchase. August 19th. Join me in Jackson, Mississippi for the Mississippi Book Festival. I'm going to be back at the Author's Alley. I'll have all 4 books, info on the audio books, and the coffee, thanks to my collaborative team at Fonte's Coffee. So you want to make sure to check me out in Jackson, Mississippi, August 19th. And August 26th, check me out in Louisville, Kentucky, as I will do a book signing, and that will be the official release for the decaf. We know some people health-wise need to do decaffeinated, so we will do the official drop August 26th on that. And you can always order online at fontescoffee.com. Click on the menu for special collections, and I'm the first one on there. And they're also an authorized book reseller. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, make sure to check out the newsletter. I've got a special appreciation contest, so you got to make sure. Go on my Instagram, AuthorASnorton, click on the link in the bio for the link tree. The very first thing will be the current newsletter. Read the newsletter. You need to go ahead and get your submissions in by August 13th, as I've got a surprise for you folks who can actually guess what day my birthday is. I can give you the month, which is August this month. I'm not going to give you the day. You got to do a little bit of hunting on that. But, yeah, those are some of the moving parts that are taking place. So, again, to stay connected with me on Facebook, it's Author Andrew Snorton. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, AuthorASnorton. Email me, AuthorASnorton@gmail.com. Any questions, bookings, things along those lines. When you add me on Instagram, and I really encourage you to do this, add me on Instagram at AuthorASnorton and click on the link in the bio. That's my link tree, and it spells out all the information. All the social media, websites, interviews. Thank you to the Voyage Atlanta magazine series for the article that they just dropped. Thanks to Deidre Walker and Emmy Rose Photography for their sneak peek regarding our event on August 5th. There should be at least 1 or 2 other interviews dropping this month, so I'll have them in the link tree and update the website. So as it's getting close to the 15-minute mark, like I said, try to keep it at 15 minutes. I appreciate everybody for taking time to kind of pause with me. Hopefully by slowing down the moving parts for a little bit, it helps you. I know it helps me. Hopefully you're motivated, encouraged by what you read, what you see on here. Not only support me, but when I do the little excuse me, but when I do the guest, the first Wednesday of the month when I read from another author, make sure to support them. To fellow authors, stay on the grind. Our voices are needed and your work is needed, so keep at it. Again, to folks in Metro Atlanta who are starting school, get off to a good start. Shouts to my cousin. I guess it makes it my third cousin. Anyway, shouts to my fam joining me today. You have a good start to the school year. I see you. Don't think I don't. I see you. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, hey, thank you for your encouragement and support. Hopefully this is encouraging you as it helps encourage me. Take good care. Be safe out there. Remember, whether small or big, victory is a victory. Whether slow or swift, movement is movement. Keep it victorious. Keep it moving. I'll see you guys real soon, especially this month as I'm gonna be out and about. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care.